What is good mga ka-champion, and welcome back to another video. We all know losses are inevitable sa trading. Okay? Mapa Forex, stocks, or cryptocurrency trading. Again, losses are inevitable. There are a lot of factors out there na hindi natin control. Okay? But these are my top 5 reasons that keeping you from losing in this industry. At the same time, these are the reasons that we can control. However, we're still doing it that compromise our trading results. So again, I will share with you top 5 reasons why you are still losing dito sa Forex trading industry. First thing, okay? So, number 1 reason bakit kayo natatalo most of the time is simply, okay, you do not calculate first your risk or lot size or even your volume allocation prior execution. Okay? So again, this has been the habit of aspiring traders, beginners, or even intermediate na lang po. Okay? Anong uunahin nyo? Whenever we found a setup, okay, a quality trade setup, anong unang nasa isip nyo? How much will I make from this trade? Inuuna nyo, magkano yung kikitain nyo? Well, in fact, dapat ang unahin nyo, how much will I be risking and how much will I lose from this trade? Okay? So again, if ganun pa rin kayo mag-isip or simply hindi kayo nagka-calculate or probably hindi nyo alam, then that's a big problem. Kasi dapat whenever we execute any trade, prior that clicking that button of execution, kailangan alam mo na how much you will lose from this trade at how much percentage of that allocation ang nilalaan mo sa trade na to. Right? Sa mga beginners natin or aspiring traders na hindi pa rin marunong mag-calculate ng risk prior execution, okay, maybe this can help. I'll share with you just a simple lot size calculation in that sense. Okay? So, we have a website, okay? It is very common, okay? And I'm also using this. We have this position size calculator. Just go to myfxbook.com or any other website na pwede kayo mag-calculate ng position size or yung lot size natin sa trading, right? So, again, kung hindi pa kayo marunong, this is one way para mas mabilis yung calculate how much you're risking for a particular trade, okay? So, for example, we have here values, okay? Ang mga variable dyan is, of course, yung currency pair na tinitrade mo, you have the options here. You have the drop-down selection, drop-down list, okay? And currency, normally, we're dealing with dollars naman, okay? Just to make it more simple. Account size, okay, another variable is iba-iba tayo ng ano. Tandaan nyo guys, hindi porket sinabi ng coach nyo or kung sino mang kilala nyo na ang gamitin mong lot size ganito. Bakit? It will have a certain impact dun sa calculation kasi definitely, probably magkaiba kayo ng capital size. Okay? Probably magkaiba kayo ng capital amount. Ibig sabihin niya, yung account size nyo, pwedeng sa kanya 5,000 USD. Sa'yo, $500 lang. So, it will have a major difference lalo na dun sa lot sizing. Kaya, dapat aware muna kayo how much muna yung capital nyo versus dun sa in-release nyo. Okay? So, let's say, standard $1,000 account. Okay? So, again, another variable is ilan yung percentage na ina-allocate mo per trade. So, ibig sabihin, how much is your risk percentage per trade. So, ibig sabihin yan, 1% ba? 2%? 3%? Some people, 20%, 10%. That is where the problem comes. Kasi hindi nyo alam how much yung ina-allocate nyong risk na percentage doon sa trade na yun. Okay? So, kaya kayo nagugulat, but ang laki na ng talo sa akin. Yung pala, ang laki ng lot size nyo, which of course affects yung overall capital growth nyo. Okay? Of course, syempre, mali ang lot size calculation mo, definitely, mamamali din or malaki yung potential mo matalo. Right? So, kaya, it is important, alam nyo muna, how much are you risking dito sa ating particular trade. So, again, know your risk percentage. So, for me, naglalaro lang yan sa 1% to 3%. But then again, it is up to your preference, of course, based on your risk appetite, kung magkano or how much percentage yung in-release nyo sa per trade nyo. Okay? So, pwedeng percentage, let's say 3%, for example. You can also swap this specifically how much you're risking in amount or money. O, pwede kayo maglagay. Gusto ko lang matalo is $10, for example. Okay, but as a good practice, normally deal with percentages. So, let's say 3%. Okay? So, another variable is stop loss. Okay? Marami nagsasabi sa akin, sir, ako lagi kong ginagamit 25 pips stop loss. Again, hindi mo pwedeng i-fix ang yung stop loss kasi market structure or yung range always varies per currency pair at per condition ng market. Pwede ngayon, ganito lang, mamaya, ganito nakalaki yung range niya. So again, it is always changing. So hindi pwedeng i-fix mo yan lagi ng 25 pips. I do understand, pwedeng i-average mo yan from the past couple of trades or series of trades na ginagawa mo and matatansya mo na yan. But nevertheless, it is a good way na alam nyo pa rin yung specific how much stop loss based dun sa market structure. Kasi nakalagay yung pips dun sa range ng stop loss na inilalagay mo. Okay? So, know well your stop loss range para hindi mo ma-miscalculate yung risk mo at the same time, hindi mo miscalculate how much you're potentially losing sa trade na to. Okay? Let's say 25 pips. Okay? Just hit calculate. So, makikita natin that 3% from that $1,000 account would amount to $30 and the sizing na ilalagay mo, okay, yung volume na ilalagay mo or lot size is simply 0.12. Okay, lots. Okay, kaya maraming lang, sir, ano nga ba yung 0.12? Ano bakit 1.0? Kasi karamihan, okay, so dapat aware kayo na yung mga decimal points really matter, lalo na sa lot sizing. Yung iba naman, hindi alam anong ginagawa. One lot, which is too much if you're going to compute that from your capital amount size. Kaya, you should always take note how much you're risking at the same time, how much lot size are you going to use in a particular trade. Alright? So, again, you have to know all of these things. Kung hindi pa kayo marunong use this position size calculator, it is free, hindi nyo kailangan magbayad. It is web-based, so ibig sabihin, as long as may internet kayo, you can access. Again, that's the first thing. That's the first reason bakit kayo natalo. You don't know or you don't calculate your risk prior execution. Alright? So, next, what is the second reason? Is you frequently adjust stop loss. Okay? For example, meron kayong trade, di ba? Dahil sa fear nyo, tamaan nyo, at matalo kayo sa trade na yun, ina-adjust nyo yung stop loss towards a higher percentage of what? Risk. Okay? Sakit yan ng mga aspiring traders, beginner traders, or even intermediate na be reactive rather than just being predictive. Kasi if kaya natin mag-predict na market, then everyone will be millionaires. Diba? So again, a lot of uncertainties happen lagi sa market. Oras-oras, minuminto. So again, anything can happen. That is why we don't predict. We only deal with probabilities and possibilities. But accuracy-wise, it will never be 100% accurate. So we always have to know yung risk. And worst dyan is ina-adjust nyo yung stop loss nyo, okay, para hindi tamaan. So, it is not a good habit or a good practice na gawin nyo yun every now and then dahil lang out of fear na tamaan yun. So, I will demonstrate dun sa ating chart, no? Example lang, para lang ma-visualize yung mga baguhan, okay, mga aspiring traders natin, right? So, okay. Ayan. So, for example, meron kayong, example lang, long position. Okay? Just straight up. Example, dito ka. Ayan. So, ang stop loss mo here. Example lang, ha. So, example, yan yung TP. Normally, out of fear na example, gumagalaw na yung market, bumababa na nung bumababa. Dahil feeling nyo, tataas na yan, sooner or later, what are you going to do? These people will adjust their stop loss ng ganyan. Okay, ibig sabihin, tandaan nyo guys, if initially dito yung stop loss nyo, lagyan ko lang ng, if initially dito yung stop loss nyo and you adjusted from this level, tandaan nyo guys, yung range, example 3%, yung initial range ng percentage risk mo, okay, allocation. Kapag ina-adjust mo yan towards away from your entry, dito kasi yung entry natin, di ba? The more na lumala yung stop loss entry, the more na lumalaki yung yung risk. Okay? So, tandaan nyo guys, it is not a good habit na i-adjust nyo lagi yung inyong stop loss. Dahil meaning yan, you don't trust your own system, your own analysis, and ibig sabihin, in the first place, you're thinking you are wrong already. Okay? Bakit? If you are confident enough sa trade mo and you follow your system rules, if meron man, okay, worse if wala, is you would just stick with the rules. Stick with the plan, with the game plan. Kasi ang tendency, kapag in-adjust mo yan, it will become a habit na ayaw mong matamaan. Okay? You may win by luck na, sabi ko na nga ba, kaya ako in-adjust di ba? So, it doesn't always happen that way. Kaya sabi ko nga, what if ganito ang gawin niya? Okay, so iisipin mo lang, naku, konti na lang, baka mag-reverse, i-adjust mo na naman. So, the more na ina-adjust mo yan, the more na lumalaking risk. So, what if ganito ang gawin ng market? You got stopped out. So, ibig sabihin yan, initially, so, yung 3% mo, naging 9% loss. So, which means, instead na 3% lang hahabulin mo from the next trade, naging triple. Okay? That is why it is not a good habit. Okay? Stick to your rules, stick to your initial analysis. Tandaan nyo guys, before you execute, alam nyo na dapat how much you're risking and bakit doon yung stop loss nyo. Okay? So, if hindi nyo alam, definitely there's a problem of what you're doing. That is why you keep losing sa market. Okay? So, yan yung demonstration ng second reason. Okay? You are what? You are adjusting frequently in stop loss. It already become a habit. Okay? So, third, link sa number 2, okay, is simply, Simply, hindi kayo naglalagay ng Hindi kayo naglalagay ng stop loss. So, ibig sabihin, you only enter here, diba? That's it. Okay? So, hindi kayo naglalagay ng stop loss. Dahil, feeling nyo, anong common problem dyan? Ang mindset ng mga tao kaya hindi ng stop loss is kasi if bumaliktad sa kanila, okay, sooner or later, babaliktad. Same link dun sa reason number 2. Babaliktad na yan. So, ang nangyari is, palalim ng palalim, okay, yung market price, so definitely negative ka nyan. You are hoping, majority are nagdadasal na dyan, di ba? So, parang, sige na, tumaas ka na. So, ibig sabihin, kung ganyan pa rin yung method nyo, definitely, there's something wrong. Not only sa system nyo, dahil wala kayong rules, at the same time, risk management-wise, you will lose most of the time. Okay? And you will lose big time. Okay? Tandaan nyo, hindi natin alam gaano kalalim ang pwedeng puntahan ng price, which will, what? Which will cause your whole account to be burned. Okay? Kaya ayaw natin ng walang stop loss. Tandaan nyo, take advantage of this risk management tools. Okay? Di ba kayo nagtataka? I always emphasize risk management. Bakit? Take it from me. I have lost many times because all of these things na sinishare ko are my past experiences na wag nyo na dapat gawin at wag nyo na dapat ulitin. Okay? If ginagawa nyo. Bakit? Definitely, pag hindi nyo pa kinurak yan, sooner or later, okay, tatagal lang kayo ng tatagal sa industry to nang hindi nyo nasasabi sarili nyo may confidence kayo na kayo ay kumikita or kayo ay nagiging successful. Diba? Alam nyo sa sarili nyo, if you tell your fellow colleague or trader na marunong din na profitable ka. Diba? So, dapat, all of these basic na kailangan na natin i-correct. Diba? Sabi ko nga, these are the 5 reasons that keeping you from losing, holding you back at the same time, keeping you from always losing sa market. So, these are the things na kaya naman natin control. So, we can change it. At the same time, we can make a major improvement kapag binago natin itong mga bad habits. Okay? So, that is the third reason. Hindi kayo naglalagay ng stop loss, which is the worst thing you can do on a specific trade. Okay? So, again, some people make money from that because kabisado nila or malaki ang account nila. But nevertheless, you must be a good risk manager of your own account if you want to be successful or if you want to, preserve your capital and stay in the game longer dito sa Forex trading. Alright? So, always place a stop loss correctly and properly and know your risk, how much percentage it is. Right? So, that is the third reason. Okay? So, going back, again, fourth reason is simply, impulsive trader ka. Ibig sabihin, you're making decisions out of gut feeling. Tandaan nyo guys, Hindi yan pag-ibig na kapag kinutuban ka, mahal ko na siya. Yun na yun, pakasal na kayo. No, trading iba yan. Okay? Trading, market behavior, okay? Marami nang nasira ang buhay dyan. Okay? Marami nang nag-fail, marami nang na-bankrupt. Bakit? They base their decisions based on gut feeling. Do not trade impulsively, lalo na yung mga FOMO na hinahabol yung price kasi iniisip nila na iwan sila. Again, this is our common na ginagawa ko rin nun. Whenever I see the market going up, I was rushing, I was panicking na, naku, maiwan ako. That is FOMO mentality, fear of missing out. So again, I trade based on impulse, which is wrong. Kaya dapat kayo, baguhin na yan. For example naman, babagsak yung market, you have this fear. So sell ko na yung positions ko, short na ako kasi bababa na. Again, kapag impulsive trader tayo, naiiwanan natin or nakakalimutan natin that we have a trading plan. Nasisira lahat yun, di ba? So most of traders lose sa market and 90% of traders lose because these things na kaya na dapat nilang i-controlin is nagtitake over sa kanilang decision making. So which is totally wrong. Kaya dapat ngayon pa lang sinasabi ko na i-correct na yan. Don't be an impulsive trader. Okay? Trade based on system rules confirmation, not because you feel na tataas na yan or bababa. Alright? So do not base on your gut feeling. Iba to sa pag-ibig. Alright? So last and the fifth one, and of course, I think for me is the most important aspect lalo sa technical analysis is you ignore price action. Okay? Marami sa atin ano bang indicator ginagamit mo? Kailangan pala dalawa. Kailangan may RSI, may stochastic, merong moving averages na SMA tsaka EMA. Okay? So, nagmukha ng spaghetti yung chart nyo to a point na hindi mo na nakikita yung candlestick. Tandaan nyo guys, for me, the mother of all movement is still based on candlesticks. Okay? So, price action is king para sa akin. Why? The more na alam mo mag-interpret ng price action or candlestick itself, patterns, structures, okay, the more na nagiging clear at mas obvious yung decision making. Hindi mo na kailangan 3-4 na indicators para mag-decide para ikaw ay bumili or magbenta, okay? The reason, para lang kayo nasa circle of doom of finding the best system is you are dependent, majority are dependent on indicators to tell them na now buy, pag nag-cross buy, pag sumampa dyan, sell, or pag nasa ilalim, sell, or kapag nasa 70% or below 30%, buy. Again, indicators are what? Are just guide. Okay? Hindi yan used for execution. Tandaan nyo guys, based on my experience, again, coming from my personal experience, the time na tinatanggal ko na indicators paunti-unti, the more na nagiging clear yung decision making ko, at the same time, the more na nagiging mas magaling ako on the technical analysis itself. Kasi what I'm studying, what I'm learning is actually what is the market behavior. Bakit nagkakaroon ng ganitong patterns? Bakit ito tumaas? Bakit ito bumababa? There's a lot of reasons and clues na binibigay ng candlestick more than indicators. Okay? Take for example, moving averages. Diba? Averages. Ibig sabihin, in-average niya yung past historical data. Okay? Why would I execute or depend on something na tapos na? Okay? Pwede key leveling, past historical data. But execution, no. We must be ahead sa price. We must know na most of the time, ang pinipredict ng mga tao, direction. No. We must be reactive lang sa direction. Pero, be predictive. Saan? Saang possibility, higher possibility and high probability area pupunta yung price. Kaya nga lagi kong sinasabi yung term na HPT, high probability trade zone, because that is the high probability na pwedeng pumunta yung price. We don't predict tataas o bababa. We only predict, okay, for me, is yung possible areas sa pupuntahan ng price. And that is where I follow yung system rules for execution. Okay? So, again, this is just a short video telling you na probably, these are the 5 things na pwede nyo na baguhin right away. Okay? Kasi bakit? Number 1, sabi ko nga, no? Mag-calculate na kayo ng risk. Alamin nyo na kung paano mag-calculate. Okay? Number 2, huwag nyo i-adjust yung stop loss. Okay? Bakit? Kung ina-adjust nyo yan, ibig sabihin, mali na kayo in the first place. Okay? Yun pa lang. So, what would you expect? You will be expecting losses most of the time. Okay? Third, worst. Okay? Hindi kayo naglalagay ng stop loss. Always place stop loss. It will save you a lot of money. Take it from me. Number 4 is Don't be an impulsive trader, okay? Be observant sa market, okay? Know your structures. And fifth, okay, always master price action. Whatever happens, I'm not saying na maling gumamit ng indicators. It can use as confluence, pero mas maigi na mas maigi na price action is what? Price action is king for me. Alright? So, yun lang yung mga reasons. So, I hope may natutunan naman kayo. And definitely, sana makatulong sa inyo to. And definitely, kung kaya nang baguhin right away, do it. Alright? So, I'm giving you a lot of tips para may iwasan nyo na matalo all throughout and mag-improve yung inyong performance. That will be it for today. God bless. And thank you so much to all my TFE, BAP champion students all over the globe, subscribers, followers, and sa lahat ng sumusuporta. Alright? See you all on the next videos. Bye-bye.
So, I just want to inform and announce that our TFE VIP champion student private Discord community is already up. And yeah, here we have several channels wherein we share our technical trading ideas among each other. And of course, we also have our weekly trade ideas para sa ating mga weekly forecast para sa mga currency pairs and some announcement section. And of course, since tayo ay global, of course, we have other students as well na galing sa mga ibang bansa overseas. So, we here we introduce ourselves and introduce kung saan tayo galing, sa bansa tayo ngayon, OFW man o hindi. But nevertheless, this is a healthy community para mag-share ng mga trading ideas para sa inyo guys. And hopefully, I will be putting up a server publicly para sa mga baguhan naman and those mga followers and subscribers natin. Alright? So, yeah, this is just a minor announcement and hopefully guys, you can join us and make this community grow lalo na sa ating mga estudyante nag-aaral. Alright guys, so mga baguhan pa lang. But nevertheless, everyone here wants to learn, wants to make profit from the market, but as much as possible, we're all equal in the eyes of the market. Alright guys, so that would be it. So yun lang, and thank you very much. Alright, bye-bye.